officer here, Constable Meth, and it is without a doubt both my pleasure and honor to be conducting your oath of enlistment. First off, everybody's relaxed, being themselves in front of me, right? Because I know every single emotion known to man is going through you right now. Happy, sad, anxious, and nervous. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So what I want you to do is a little warm and it's a little crowded. I just want you to relax and be yourself. I don't want you locking your knees. I don't want you to tension and try not to be nervous. Why don't I want you to be nervous? Where are y'all going today? You're going to basic. So just listen to the word in of itself, basic. You're going there to learn the basics of your respective service. I went to boot camp myself a couple years ago, so I know exactly what you're going through. So on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share about 5 different points from my experience that I know will assist you to be successful at basic. So first and foremost, what I want you to do at basic is I want you to look out for one another. 3 different areas I want you to look out for each other. Emotionally, we already went over that a little bit. And physical fitness, you will be challenged, so look out for each other in the physical fitness regimen, and also your academics. The Coast Guard, the Navy, I know for a fact, every Friday, we review what we learned that week. So the night before what we did is the folks that had academic skills, they sat down and had study hall. So we all actually studied with the folks that were, the quickest on their feet. So look out for each other academically. Emotionally, what do I mean by look out for each other emotionally? For some of you, this might be the very first time you're even away from home. So if it's not, and for some of you it might be the first time you're home. If it's not, I guarantee you that there's going to be others in your squad bay at boot camp that it is their first time away from home, and they're going to be homesick, and they're going to be a little down. So what I'm going to charge you all with, and don't do this alone, do it with everybody else. You're all on the same team. You may be leaving as one today, but trust me, before the evening's out, you realize that you're going to be part of the team. So as a team, look out for one another. So if somebody's a little homesick, someone's a little down, do whatever you can to cheer them up. All right? And physical fitness. Somebody's falling behind, you're on a 2-mile march, you're on a 3-mile march, someone's lagging behind the company. What I want you to do is I want you to drop back there and encourage them to go the extra mile. You're dropped to do 20, I want you to drop down there right with them. So if your company commander drops you, you can jump down there with you too. Again, the first week you might not see a lot of it, but I guarantee you by the second you're going to see that what one does, we all do because we're all on the same team. So again, look out for one another in a physical fitness, an academic, and an emotional sense. All right, be positive. All right, tomorrow morning, 04:30 is going to be reveille. And when you get up out of your rack, what I want you to do is I want you to tell yourself, I'm only going to have 2 kinds of a day today. I'm either going to have a great day or I'm going to have a good day. And there's no other day. When you're positive, folks want to be around you. Who wants to be around negative people? Raise your hand for me. Hopefully there's a question asked and answered. If someone in your company is negative, trust me, the squad mates aren't that good. There's 120 in my company. There's no room for negativity, literally speaking, and figuratively speaking in your squad mates. Somebody's negative, all they're going to do is drag you down. All right, and they're going to take the whole company down. So you got a naysayer. Every organization, every squad base seems to have a naysayer. What I want you to do collectively, as a group again, is confront the individual that's being negative and explain to them all you're doing is dragging us down. And they might not thank you that minute, but sometime in their life they'll thank you. Even if you don't hear from them, they're going to thank you. So stay very positive. People want to be around folks that are positive. Nobody wants to be around negative people. All right, be on time. So, get your lockers ready the night before. Get your rack squared away the night before. Get your uniform ironed, your boots polished, your brass polished. Get everything perfect the night before so you can get into formation with a little extra time. So you don't forget your hat, you don't forget your belt. Everybody's familiar with the hurry up and wait, right? So I want you to be patient. How many of y'all came to the map 2 or 3 times just to get to this far or more? Raise your hand for me. Almost everybody. So y'all are learning patience. How about the fingerprint? Roll it to the left, roll it to the right, or the camera taking 36 pictures or more, no exaggeration. You all are learning patience right here with medical, with the e-security process. When you get to boot camp, and I have never seen, I've been here going on 3 years, I have never seen so many folks coming into the military as I am right now. And squad bays are going to be full. A lot of folks are going to basic. There's going to be hurry up and wait is what I'm getting at. Okay, when you're going to get into formation at 04:30 to go over to the galley to eat, and you're gonna hurry up, of course, to get over to the galley, right? So, be patient, is where I'm going here with this one. Just like the word processing and be patient and basic. Again, a lot of folks are coming into the service right now. You heard me mention your company commander a little bit earlier when I was gonna drop you for 20 and you were gonna get down there with them. There's gonna be days where you do not think your company commander has your best interest in mind. Well, my fifth and last point is to trust your company commander. I still know is my company commander's name and what they look like, how tall they were, and it's been 27 years. My company commander prepared me for success, not just for my 8 weeks of basic, but for my entire career. All right, you're going to forge friendships starting today that are going to last throughout a lifetime, definitely a career. You are going to be calling each other 25, 26 years later down the road because it's going to be your supporting network. I have served with over 10,000 men and women in the last 27 years, and I can call on any one of them, and they'll do anything for me. And they can call me, I'll do anything for them. So this is part of looking out for one another, and this is also a benefit you can't put a price tag on. And your company commander, he's setting or she's setting the table for these relationships to happen. All right, so again, trust your company commander. So let me review real quick the 5 points I want you to take away from me today. First and foremost, look out for one another. Second, be very positive. 3, be patient, be prompt, be on time, and trust your company commander. And remember, too, it's basic training that y'all are going off to. You're going to go learn the basics for your respective services, so there's no reason to be nervous, no reason to be anxious. Literally, over 10 million Americans have gone off and served and been successful through basic. I'll share one last point with you in regards to being nervous and being anxious. The night before I went off to basic, I stayed at my aunt's house. There wasn't a motel. We didn't have a mess back when I went in, so I had to stay with a relative before I flew off. And she asked me how long boot camp was. I said it was 8 weeks. Mind you, it was 18. So I thought 8 weeks was a long time. When you're 18 years old, relatively speaking, 8 weeks sounds like a long time. It's only 56 days. So I know, I think the Marines is 13, I think the Army is 9, I think the Air Force is 8, and the Navy is 8. So it's really not that long of a time, ladies and gentlemen, and again, you're just going to learn the basics. So just keep that in mind. There's no reason to be nervous or anxious. All right, I mentioned benefits to you. Let me talk to you about a few of your benefits, and then we'll go ahead and swear you in. I could talk to you for hours, but we have to have the transportation officer give you her presentation as well as yelling to eat lunch, so I got to keep it short. I want to share with you your benefits just a little bit. I never thought about how lucrative my benefits were until I had been in the service 17 years. My concern simply was when's payday. I always knew what day it was, and I always knew how many days it was to payday. So if I'm not mistaken, today was the 22nd, and I know I get paid in 9 days. See, nothing's really changed. But the benefits besides your 2 weeks pay that you're going to earn, and a housing allowance, no particular order. What does a housing allowance mean? Either you're going to live in the barracks, you're going to live in a ship, or you're going to live off base, or you're going to have base housing for the rest of your career. So what does that mean? A roof over your head for the next 30 years if you choose so. All right? Clothing allowance, food allowance, the best health care, the best medical care, 30 days paid vacation, 20-year retirement, 30-year retirement, commissary privileges, exchange privileges. I just scratched the surface. All right, it will be extremely difficult to find in the civilian sector a career that offers the benefits that you are going to enjoy, and also your $80,000 GI Bill. One note on your $80,000 GI Bill, I'm going to ask you all a question. Who here is planning on going to college in the first enlistment? Raise their hand for me, or during the time they're in the service. Get your hands up really tall if you're going to go. All right. I have some benefits for you. I have some flyers. They're free. They're right in front of the USO office. They're called SOC and CLEP and Dante. They're little pamphlets. SOC stands for Service Member Opportunity Colleges. There's 900 colleges that belong to this organization that work with folks in uniform. Please grab one of these flyers. Every single service has the best education service officers. All right? These colleges will sit down with you. You pick 3 or 4 of them. They're going to do an assessment on you and give you a degree plan. You're all going to be assigned a military academic advisor, so please get started on your college degrees as soon as possible. Again, I've been in a long time, and there's never been $80,000 to be able to go to school. All right, every one of you on active duty, You earn $4,500 in tuition assistance a year. Is another benefit that you need to take advantage of. If you don't go to school, you don't earn that $4,500. So it would be a shame if you didn't earn your degree in your first lesson. So please give that some thought. Find out who your education service officer is at your first unit. Get your degree plan set up and go to college, please. That's my charge to you today. All right, your oath of enlistment is a time-honored military ceremony.